Hello, it is Thursday, March 3rd, 2022. I'm Chris Ramo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It is a Thursday puzzle, so perhaps a bit of a tricky puzzle with a tricky theme today. We'll have to see. This was constructed by a very young constructor today. I guess we'll get to that in a moment, actually. First, let me thank a few people who have brought us this edition of the Daily Solve. Thank you to Kathleen Quinn, Skella Chicken, and as always, the inestimable Hood Monster for their invaluable support as benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign. If you would like to join their ranks, you can do so at patreon.com/dailysolve. And as a benefactor, you would get the Daily Solve mug, the Let's Check the Crosses mug. I got the notification that several more of those were sent out, or being sent out, I suppose, today or in the next day or so to benefactors. So you could become one of them. But of course, if you back the Patreon campaign at any level, you get access to all of the videos that have gone up on the Patreon channel to date, the bonus solve videos, as well as the new ones that go up each week. And I always say this at the end of the video. Perhaps I should occasionally say it at the beginning. Do subscribe to the channel if you've been enjoying this. It's the way, one of the few ways that we have to encourage more people to see this. So if you have not done so, consider it. Thank you so much to everybody who has. And of course, thank you to everybody who has backed the Patreon campaign at any level for any time. All right, so this crossword, let's solve today's crossword. It has been constructed by August Lee Kovac. And August Lee Kovac, I think, is 15 years old. I searched for his name before starting this video, and I found an article published last year by his, I think, school newspaper or something, indicating that he had, at 14 years old, he had 2 puzzles being accepted by the New York Times Crosswords after 2 years of honing his constructing craft. And this, I believe, to be the second of 2. The first was published around the time of that article, and this must be the second. So 2 crosswords by this very young constructor who no doubt has an extremely long and fruitful crossword career ahead of him. But for now, let's get started. We'll have to, again, it's a Thursday puzzle, so probably some kind of tricky theme. We'll have to see what it is. Sorry, I said they are because I immediately started parsing this across clue that I saw, which was 2 things, and my brain said, 2 of them, they are. And they are orbs. At least that's my guess. Earth and Mars are orbs. Although, I was going to say gods. I mean, Gaia, Earth God, I don't know. It's probably orbs, not gods. Not shown here. Not sure, actually. It has Javan and Sumatran varieties. I don't know. I mean, obviously, it refers to Java and Sumatra, but what? I'm not sure. Maybe orbs is incorrect. Like hammer pants. Oh, they're baggy. Oops. Baggy. From what, the early 90s, I suppose? Really extremely baggy pants. Outrageously baggy. Show that spawned Wayne's World in brief. SNL. You know, I've actually never seen Wayne's World, strangely enough. But I do know that it derives from Saturday Night Live, so that's all I needed to know for this purpose. Part of a comparison. As an, you could say, I don't know, this crossword is hard as a nail. Well, you wouldn't say that because of the an, but you see what I'm saying. Might well be the answer. Although this doesn't look very good, does it? Could be to an. You could compare something to, shall I compare thee to a summer's rose? Not shown here. Other, perhaps? Not really sure. High school class, abbreviated. English class, I guess? Rolls follower, could be Rolls Royce. So follower, often in the crossword. Follower or preceder or intro, things like that, often refer not to something that conceptually follows the word in question, but that literally, linguistically, an actual word that follows the word in question. So Royce could follow Rolls to create the automotive brand Rolls-Royce. And Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. Well, they're holidays, obviously, Jewish holidays, but are they holidays somehow? Is that some kind of pun? Why would that be true? This doesn't look right. Runo. Yeah, I don't really see what's going on there. Is that something around pork not being kosher or something? I don't think so. That seems... Not really sure. It has Javan and Sumatran varieties. Now, what words could fit here at all? Oh, part of a comparison. Why was I so focused on this being two words? I think once I thought of as an, I then thought, well, that's two words. And then I think my brain got stuck into a rut of thinking this must be two words, but there's nothing to do with that at all. I think it might simply be the word than. So this crossword is harder than yesterday's crossword. That's a comparison. And the Javan and Sumatran varieties might be of rhino, rhinoceros. This looks much more likely, doesn't it? Does that help? Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. Still not seeing it. Sorry. Let's get some crosses. Wearing just a smile. Say, wearing just a smile. Say, it could be nude if that is truly all you are wearing. Accessory for a soccer fan. Accessory. Not sure. 5 across. Office inappropriate tag. It could be not safe for work. And eggshells and coffee grounds, typically. Waste, I suppose. They're waste products of kitchen activities, I guess. Philadelphia athlete. What's a team associated with Philadelphia? I'm sure I should know this. I don't. Sorry. Maybe I do, but I can't bring it to mind. Its motto is Fiat Lux. Could be a university. Looks like a university. U.S. Naval Academy, University of California at Los Angeles. Philadelphia athlete. If it were UCLA, it could be the Philly Flyer. Is that? I don't think this is something I know. Oh, although if it were Flyer with a Y, then it could be something days. Interesting. Is there some reason we can transform this into holidays? There must be something like that. Let's see. What about this? Accessory for a soccer fan. Oh, right. Maybe this is UCLA. Fiat Lux. Actually, you know what? It's not the motto of all of the University of California schools, actually. I went to one of them. I went to the University of California at Berkeley. Might be. Accessory for, could be a scarf. You could have a scarf in your team colors. That looks right. And regarding this matter could be here too. You can see that in legal texts. Start of some souvenir shirt slogans. I heard. What about this? Like works of Shakespeare or Frank Sinatra. Composed? No. Crooned? I don't know why that would be true. Of Shakespeare, I don't know why you'd say that necessarily. Blank People's Democratic Republic. The People's Democratic Republic? Is it as straightforward as that, or am I? That's probably not. Ilhan in Congress would be Omar Ilhan, the congressperson. So what is this? And what is this? Airport aprons. Tarmacs is technically incorrect. Tarmac, what we generally call the tarmac, is more properly referred to by the apron, I believe, because the apron is the actual term for the thing, and tarmac is a material that is no longer used for that purpose. But it's probably what the answer is. Start of some souvenir shirt slogans. I heard? Why is that? I think I said that before. Why is that the souvenir shirt slogan? I don't know. Let's keep looking. Oh, sorry. Here's the revealer. Simple recipe instruction, or a hint to the answers to the 4-starred clues. Is it going to be something around stirring or Swapping something for something else? I don't know yet. Let's keep looking. Punchy ending could be aid, as in lemonade or limeade. So a fruit punch maybe could end in an aid. I think that's what that means. And the question mark indicates a bit of pun or wordplay. So punchy isn't meant to be read as I don't know, up for a fight or irritable. It could be we're meant to read it in a again, I guess just a punnier way. It is relating to punch, the drink. AOL freebies once. CDs. I am certainly old enough to remember when AOL sent you just mountains of CDs in the mail, including free trials of America Online internet service. 33 down, MASH Emmy winner. So this is MASH. Sorry, I just realized it's an Emmy. So this is MASH, a television program, not MASH the film. That is a great film, by the way. I think it was sort of overshadowed by the TV show, but it's really, I think the film is really worth watching. Counters. I don't know. It'd probably end with an S, though, won't it? Some street fights. Well, that doesn't help. Very long word. What about this? Goddess whose name means lovely. This will probably be very obvious when I see it. Small bill. One, a small banknote. A $1, for instance, bill. The wolf in Peter and the Wolf. So this will be an instrument. I don't remember what the instrument is. A French horn, I guess. Oh, is it French horn? Are we removing the H's? No, wait. It'll be just add something. Is it just adds? It'll be just add something that's in that can be abbreviated for what needs to go in here. Sorry, the only reason I took out the H in particular was because I thought maybe the double H was the thing to remove, but I don't. Oh, this is, it is the double H. This is High Holy Days. Right. Oh, okay. Right, yes. So Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur are high holy days in Judaism. And so we remove the HH. And what is HH? No, it's not just HH. It's HHO. Sorry, it's just add water because H2O is water. I'm sorry. Boy, that took me ages. I apologize. So, yes. So just add water is the revealer, and the revealer is the central, in this case, central both thematically but also literally in the center of the grid. The revealer is the themed clue and answer that explain what's going on in all of the other theme clues and answers in the grid. And they're saying just add water, which means for these clues to read correctly, we must insert a water molecule, or H2O, HHO. So French and then HHO. Wait a second. I don't have enough letters. Well, that really took the wind out of my sails. I'm doing something wrong here. So High Holy Days. HIGHHOLY. Maybe it's not the French horn. Although that seems too perfect. Sorry, I'm missing something, and it's probably very silly. We'll just have to come back to that. I apologize. Varmint could be a critter that's sort of I don't know, you hear that in Old West things and in movies and that sort of thing. MASH Emmy winner. I don't know. and where flotsam and jetsam may end up. Ashore, perhaps? They could wash ashore? Flotsam and jetsam being detritus from a shipwreck, for instance. Counters could be resists. And not just a could be the. So mash enemy wimmers. Oh, Swit. Loretta Swit or something? Who is this? Sorry, I can't quite remember. It's famous for doing the floss. Oh, Oral-B. Oral-B is a dental hygiene brand, and I think slightly ridiculously, the B might stand for brush. I think oral brush, which is sort of funny. Okay, what is this? Start of some. Oh, I Heart, as in I Heart New York. Some souvenir short slogans, right? I Heart. So why? Why is this? Is it high holidays rather than high holy days? Must be. Oh, is this the Lao People's Democratic Republic? That actually sounds right. And like works of Shakespeare, Frank Sinatra. Oh, is it just classic, I guess? Okay, fair enough. And measures of cellular strength. Oh, bars, as in cellular phone service. See red, question mark. See red. Turn something. She met her husband Frank after beating him in a shooting match. I don't know. That'll be a fun answer to learn. 1847 novel, originally subtitled An Autobiography. Oh, wow. Is it Jane Eyre? That's interesting. Is this Annie? As in Annie Get Your Gun? Who is this? Talks endlessly. Is this from a song or something? Talks endlessly. Something's on, perhaps. City on the Rhone. And formerly once. Could be erst, as in erstwhile. The once often meaning in this context a sort of archaic word to some extent. Meeting informally. And see red. And advanced degree. Advanced degree with a question mark. So the question mark here could mean advanced. It could mean advanced as in a high number of something. So you could have the nth degree. It's number's not specified, but it could be one that is more than first, second, third. It's a ways up there. Meeting informally. And city on Lyon. There we go. Lyon, France. City on the Rhone. That looks right. And talks endlessly. Oh, babbles, right? Babbles. There we go. Meeting. Oh, you could have a sesh. I see. I wasn't on the right track at all until I got that cross. So meeting informally could be a sesh. You could have an idea sesh, I guess. I don't know. If you were so inclined. See red. Turn. So this really does look like Annie, doesn't it? And then, sorry, that was met her husband Frank after beating him in a shooting match. And then see red. Turn. There's a question mark, so something here is punny. Why do I not see it? Very frustrating. Oh, Cape Cod retreats. Here we go. So here's another theme clue. So this looks like beach houses, right? Beachhouses. Beacuses. These create very ridiculous words, like Higla days up there. This must be high holidays rather than high holy days. And then see red. Oh, I see. Eternal loss. So if you're in the red rather than in the black, business-wise, you're losing money. And here we have bel canto, which is style of singing that is a sort of a standard for European art music, opera, and that sort of thing. Actor Jeremy of the Hurt Locker. Jeremy Renner. Oops. Do recognize that name. And bye could be see ya. China's Zhuan Lei. I'm sorry, I'm sure I'm butchering that name. I apologize. Fishhook attachment is a snare? I'm not sure. Sorry. Feels crummy is ales. And its motto is Lux et Veritas. Oh, so we had, what do we have? We had Fiat Lux up here and Lux et Veritas here. And this is Yale. So we have two universities mirroring each other. A nice, I bet this will be something like this. This student, these are probably his first choice universities or something like that, I bet. Okay, fishhook attachment. Snell? I don't know. Is that what you call that thing? Oh, here we go. Last possible second. What is this? Some big nights could be eves. Oh, the 11th hour. 11th, H-H-O-U-R. Eleventor. That sort of looks like, that looks like something, I don't know, Latin. Obviously it isn't. Organization whose logo has an eagle grasping a key. This is the National Security Administration or Council? Administration, I think. Or agency. Not just smart. Well, I'm clearly not smart because I can't see this. Make binding in a way. Could be seal, maybe? Or sign, actually. You could sign a contract and make it binding. That's more likely. Lifted. Oh, born, as in on the wings of eagles or something. Born. Lifted. And to crack up is to laugh. There we go. Top story of a home could be an attic. And, oh, I see. Very clever. So this, not just smart, this means smart as in something hurts a bit. And it's not, someone gives you a light punch and you go, that's smart, but then it goes away. But if that doesn't just smart, it actually aches. So there we go. Representation. It could be an icon. You could have an icon of something, a literal representation in art. Goddess whose name means lovely. Erica, Erina, who is this? Wolf and Peter and the Wolf. This is very surprising to me. Is there another instrument that it starts with French that this could be? So if it were French... Sorry, I feel as though I'm missing something here. Is it French horns, plural? Frankerns? Not sure. Soul Sucker in the Harry Potter books. Oh, is it that guy? Oh, what is his name? Voldemort? Is it that? That doesn't fit at all. Western hat. A Stetson hat is the classic. A classic Western hat. Western United States in this case, it means. Trick. If you come to blank, not understanding who you are, it will define who you are. If you come to life, not understanding who you are, it will define who you are, maybe. Oprah Winfrey, I'm not sure. If you come to life, not understanding who you are, I mean, that's plausible, but I don't actually know the quotation. Switch position. So this could refer either to switching position, a verb, or the position of a switch on a wall, for instance. I'm not sure which it is in this case. Here we have part of a guitar, could be a fret. Guitar has frets that run up the fretboard, and that's where you finger the different notes. Switch, oh, I see. So it's neither the thing I said, I'm sorry. It's the position of a switch. A switch could have on and off positions. So there we have that. 115 or 130, e.g. This is not 115 or 130. It's 1-2-15 or 1-2-30. These are odds. These are long odds, as was the case in a bit of misdirection in a recent crossword. I don't remember last week, maybe. Long meaning slim. Some street fights. Oh, and there's a question mark here. I should really bear that in mind. Some street fights. So maybe street means Wall Street, as in financial. I guess I don't technically know this is that, even though it seems like it must be. Oh, is this Arato? Sorry, Arato. God, I don't know why I didn't think of that earlier. Goddess whose name means lovely. That looks much more plausible than anything I was thinking. Soul Sucker in the Harry Potter books. I don't know. Defector doesn't sound like someone who would suck a soul. Let's try these RN again. So French horns, the wolf in Peter and the Wolf, represented by more than one French horn. I mean, it must be because now we have an S from Stetson, actually. So, all right, fine. That certainly is the answer. So some street fights. And representation. Maybe it is indeed icon, actually. That looking more and more plausible. And some street fights are, drag races. Yes. All right. So it was closer to the meaning of street that I had in mind. I guess it was almost the fights that is, I guess it's just street fights as a phrase that's being punned on a bit. We think of a street fight and we think of people brawling sort of person to person, but this refers to a different kind of contest that may occur on streets, which is drag racing in cars. All right, so if you come to fate, not understanding who you are, oh, it could be fame. That would make sense coming from someone who has experienced a great deal of fame, as Oprah Winfrey has. So fame, and then what is this? Trick. You could say to get somebody, to trick them, and then what does that make this? Soul Sucker in the Harry Potter books is a Dementor. Okay. Well, fair enough. I don't know that, but it sounds like the sort of thing that might do that. So there we go. All right, we have a full grid, and that was a really fun theme. Extremely clever. Just add water. Just add H2O or HHO. And boy, this French horns. This was a shockingly difficult clue, and really made me doubt myself very frequently, because I suppose the wolf in Peter and the Wolf so Peter and the Wolf, I should have mentioned this. I did actually mention this within the last couple of months because it was referenced in another crossword. Peter and the Wolf is a suite of music by Prokofiev that represent, it's sort of intended for children, but I mean, it's music. It can be listened to and enjoyed by anybody, obviously. But part of the purpose of it was to teach children about the different sounds that can come from all the different instruments. It's very nice in that regard. And each of the characters in the story is represented by a particular instrument, and Prokofiev does a really great job at really suiting the instrument to the character, the character in the conceptual sense, the identity of each of these characters, and it's all very distinctive and very well used. And I guess I just didn't. I guess I was expecting the wolf to be a single French horn, but I suppose it must be I don't remember, honestly. It's been years and years and years since I've listened to this piece, but it would be, I don't know, maybe a pair of French horns or a French horn section or something. But more than one French horn must be used to represent the wolf, and that really threw me off. But anyway, and this threw me off as well, actually, interestingly. Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, I really wanted this to be High Holy Days, but it is High Holidays. So we have the High Holidays, French horns, Cape Cod. So actually, it's funny. Often it's the case that and there's no rule about this, but often I have noticed that it can be the case that the first one or two theme answers are a little bit more straightforward to ease you into the theme, but sometimes that's not true at all. In any case, in this puzzle, I found the latter two to be more straightforward. Cape Cod retreats, Cape Cod being a famous, I think often vacation spot in New England and the northeast of the United States. So beach houses, when we remove the water, becomes beacuses. And the last possible second is the 11th hour, which becomes eleventor. And these two are fun because they're sort of pronounceable words in a way that Frenkerns isn't, although Higlades is, and that's kind of fun. I at the beginning, I was really wondering if there was something about this that was involving the word hog and was going to be some kind of reversal thing, or you have to swap letters for something else to indicate that you would, you'd need to remove the pork from, I don't know. I was getting too wacky and conceptual there with that. But anyway, it all came together. Fun grid and really clever theme. I think well executed despite my stumbling around these two top answers. So well done to August Lee Kovac. And I think it must be the case that I solved his first puzzle on this channel as well. I don't remember if at the time I was yet discussing anything about constructors. I can't recall. I think it would have been last November, maybe. I'm not sure. Anyway, fun grid. Let me know how you fared with it generally and the theme in particular. And speaking of how you, in the broader sense, fared with a crossword, let's discuss, well, I guess more accurately speaking, as to how I did. So we have a couple of clarifications and bits of context from yesterday's puzzle. PA says, you made a brief comment that tu was the informal form of you in Uruguay, but that's actually slightly wrong. In Uruguay, as well as Paraguay and Argentina, the informal you is vos. Coincidentally, these are the three countries that the infused drink yerba mate is most associated with, though in Paraguay it's more common to drink the iced version, called terere. All right. I can't tell if I'm meant to infer any connection here. I think PA does say it is just a coincidence, but that is very interesting knowledge on both fronts, so thank you for that. And yeah, sorry about that with tu versus usted, the formal form, versus vos. I guess I was just referring generally to tu versus usted in Spanish, but I was utterly unaware of this national distinction, so thank you very much. And Kathy Swope explains that Reiki, R-E-I-K-I, which appeared in yesterday's puzzle and with which I was unfamiliar, is an energy healing technique that promotes relaxation, reduces stress, and anxiety through gentle touch. Reiki practitioners use their hands to deliver energy to your body, improving the flow and balance of your energy to support healing. Reiki was developed in the early 1900s by Mikai Usui, who derived the term from the Japanese words rei, meaning universal, and ki, which refers to the vital life force energy that flows through all living things. So thank you. Another thing with which I was unfamiliar. So thank you to both Kathy Swope and PA for that additional knowledge. And I think those were the only two little bits of corrections from yesterday's puzzle. So I suppose that means that's that for today's video. Not the most difficult Thursday that's ever been created, but I think a lot of it will depend on how quickly you caught on to what was going on with the theme. And it certainly wasn't the easiest Thursday we've solved. So I don't know. Let me know how you fared. I'm always curious to know. And please, I said this at the beginning of the video, I suppose, but now I've already started saying it, so I'm going to keep saying it. Please do subscribe to the channel if you've not already done so. And if you think you know someone who might enjoy this, why not pass it along? Why not recommend it to them? They may well enjoy it. You'll never know unless you introduce it to them and find out. And I suppose that is it. So I will be back tomorrow for the Friday puzzle. That will be our first Friday. It's our first Friday of the week, our first, last, and only Friday of the week, but also our first of two themeless puzzles of the week. And I think we've had quite a good week of themes, I must say. I think this has been a fun week of themes. So I think we're heading into our themelesses on a high note with respect to that. And I hope you join me tomorrow for that first of two themeless puzzles this week. And until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Friday. No, your Thursday. What am I doing? Please have an excellent remainder of your Thursday. Take care.